Hello everyone, welcome to LMC Varsity Sports alongside Charlie McGraw. I am Rob Moretti. It's time for some baseball playoffs. We're in the Class AA quarterfinals here as the Mamaroneck Tigers get set to face the Mahopac Indians. Mamaroneck, Charlie, is a 3 seed and they've actually saved their ace for the second round just like they did last year with Kumar Nambiar. And that might work out well to their favor today.
Yeah, last year their number 2 was Bill Flato, and he's their number 1 this year, so we'll see him today with a minuscule ERA below 1 at 0.88. He's 5-0, and he's had a real good season so far, Rob. And Mahopac used their ace, and they also went 10 innings to beat Ossining by 1 run in the 10th inning at home on a walk-off style. So this team played a lot on Saturday. Mamaroneck won 13-1 over Portchester. They should be more well-rested, and they got the home field advantage. And Mamaroneck is going to be tough to beat here in the quarterfinals, especially a lot of members of that state championship team on this team this year.
It looks like the weather's going to hold up. There was a threat for some showers and thunderstorms. It looks like it might be skirting us, so hopefully that remains the case. The defending state champs, they're trying to get back there. It's the quarterfinals for Section 1 Class AA next on LMC Varsity Sports. Welcome back to Manchester Field of Mamaroneck High School. Rob Moretti here with Charlie McGraw. Let's give you Mamaroneck in the field quick. In the outfield left to right, Hayden Cohen, Emerson Genevieve, Matt Waldron. Infield third to first, Peter Matt, Miles Houghton, Mike Adamo, and Brian Knapp. Jarrett Noctegal behind the plate today. And the aforementioned ace, Bill Flato, on the bump, the first pitch. Ball 1. Brendan White is the batter, and Charlie, Brendan White was the star for Mahopac in the first round. He pitched all 10 innings. As this one's hit on the ground to first, Knapp will take it himself for out number 1.
Yeah, Brendan White had a complete game. I think 5-hitter. They won
6 hits maybe, but he also scored.
1-0, right? Or
2-1.
2-1.
He gave up 1 run. He scored the tying run, and he had the walk-off double to win the game.
And he pitched 10 innings in a game that was supposed to go 7 innings.
I think it went 114 or so pitches.
So he's not available today.
Well, he's at second, so it's a nice, easy throw from there. This is Matt Montera. Takes a first pitch breaking ball strike from Flato. 2 lefties to start the Mahopac lineup.
Make it 3. On deck circle, we got Greg Cavalieri, the catcher. He's a right-handed throwing catcher, but bats lefty.
One takes a funny hop. Adamo with the flip, 2 quick outs.
Good start for Flato as the senior gets 2 quick outs, both via the ground outs. First to the first baseman Knapp, and now Adamo with the flip to first. But Adamo's been pretty good this year as he's just a junior, and
his defense has been stellar as well. We've seen some highlight reel type plays from him almost every day. So here's the catcher for the Indians, Greg Cavalieri. He hits the first pitch on the ground to Knapp. Backhand stab. Fair ball flip to Flato. Out.
Wow. Quick first inning there, Rob.
5-pitch first inning, and a nice play to end it. Knapp to Flato. We're through 1/2 inning. Scoreless on LMC TV. It'll be the number 2 for Mahopac, Anthony Merdita, on the hill for the Indians. We'll give you Mahopac in the field. Left to right in the outfield, Laurie, Montera, and Giorgio. First pitch swing and a miss by Bobby Cox.
JV call-up.
And leading off in a playoff game, so he must have had a good year at JV. Infield third to first, Fox, McGee, White, and Avalone. So that's a called strike, 0-2 on Cox. And behind the plate for Mahopac is Greg Cavalieri catching Merdita. Quickly 0-2. This one on the ground towards short, fielded cleanly by McGee, and there's 1 out.
4 batters, 4 ground outs so far, Rob.
It's been a little repetitive, but it's been quick, so that's appreciated. Someone's going to have to get on base and start scoring some runs eventually. We don't want another 13-inning playoff game like we had last year.
That was between Mamaroneck and Arlington.
That's correct, in the semifinal, so a round beyond this one.
And announcer Steve Anastas and Ken Reichman almost lost their minds during that one.
Almost
right?
lost their voices, too. That was a long game. Throwback got away, and we'll mention that the winner of this game will play either number 2 North Rockland or number 10 Clarkstown South. You would think, based on the seeds, that North Rockland has an advantage in that game, so if Mamaroneck, the 3 seed, wins, then they would have to travel most likely to North Rockland.
Should be 2 days from now if the weather is good.
Wednesday's weather does look good so far. If there is an upset, Mamaroneck hosts, and we'll be here. But otherwise, this has a chance to be our last game of the season, as that one's grounded to first. Easy taking it himself as Avalon for out number 2.
And another ground out. Essentially the 3rd ground out to first base as well. 2nd unassisted on.
1 for each team. We were expecting to maybe have some more softball for you, but Rhinebeck went down in the first round. Surprisingly, the 15 taking out the 2 in Class B. They were the defending champs as well. Peter Matt takes the first pitch, breaking ball deep to right, curving foul. So it's just a loud strike.
Had the distance, but it's just foul. Would have been an Oppo homer.
Matt had a tremendous season batting. For a while, he was batting over 600. I think it dipped a little bit as the season got later and the Tigers got in their league schedule. That one a wild wide of the catcher. Count 1-1.
Most cases, guys can't sustain a 600 batting average through the year. It's very tough to do.
That's hard. But Matt's still a very solid senior season. He's heading to UPenn next year on a baseball scholarship. That's strike 2 to Matt, count 1 and 2.
Don't mean to correct you, but UPenn doesn't give scholarships for athletics.
I apologize.
Ivy League.
I apologize, as that one's upstairs. He did commit last year, though. He's been a long-term commit.
So he's going to an Ivy League to play sports, which is always good, you know.
Using your athletic skills to get into a top school academically.
This one chopped towards short. McGee waits for it, fires to first, and staying on the bag to record the out was Avalon. Another 1-2-3 inning. So both teams were 6 up, 6 down through one full scoreless in the AA baseball playoffs on LMC Varsity Sports. Bill Flato back onto the bump. First right-handed batter for Mahopac. It'll be Chris Laurie, the left fielder, leading off the top of the 2nd inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Indians. First pitch, off speed for a strike.
It'll be very hard for him to duplicate his first inning of 5 pitches, but we'll see if Flato can.
You wonder if Mahopac might take a few.
And they do.
There are some clouds in the sky obscuring the sun, but hopefully just clouds and nothing more.
When watching on LMC, you don't only get a play-by-play guy, you get a weatherman as well.
2 for the price of 1. It does look like we have about a coin flip chance of getting some rain the next hour or 2 throughout this game.
I thought 30 minutes ago it was 0%. They switched?
This one lined into right field. And coming over to make the catch was Waldron for the first out. First ball hit in the air today, Charlie.
Well, besides Matt's long
First
foul
ball in play,
yeah. Good piece of hitting by the cleanup guy, Laurie, and made it a little interesting, one hand on the run. Watching a lot of Major League Baseball is Waldron, but he was able to make the catch easy.
But you can keep on watching because it worked. Here's Eric Fox, the 3rd baseman for Mahopac.
Good crowd on hand. All on the track area.
Right,
some were smart enough to bring their chairs, but they
threatening concrete overhang that some pieces have chipped off of. They want to keep everyone safe, so that's closed at least for this season. Swing and a miss. That one had some drop from Flato. It's 0-2 on Fox.
Plato's look good so far.
That one upstairs.
Good time to waste the pitch.
He's got plenty in the chamber. He only had to throw 5 in the first inning. This one popped up, foul and out of play.
straight back.
So the count remains 1-2 on Fox. Indians, the 6th seed, they finished the season 14-7. Swing and a miss, nicely done by Flato for his first strikeout.
First strikeout of the game for either team.
Mamaroneck, the 3 seed, 19-2, counting their playoff win against Portchester 12-1 in the first round. Of course, the defending state champs, and right now, with new rankings set to come out tomorrow, right now they're the number 2 team in Class AA baseball in New York State, right in front. As this one's fouled out of play, somewhat close to us. Karam's off the brick wall for a strike on a foul ball.
Number 2 team in Class AA in the state.
And one behind them is RC Ketchum.
Yet they're the number 3 seed in the section playoffs because of the new system.
Right. Well, the seeding system and the ranking system are quite different. The ranking system is pretty subjective, while the ranking system is all, that one's in the dirt, 1 and 2 to McGee. The seeding system is all numbers and stats and win percentages and bonus points, strength of schedule. No eye test involved, just wins and losses, as this one's fouled off towards the Mahopac dugout, and McGee stays alive.
RC Ketchum's the number 1 seed in the playoffs for AA. 2 is North Rockland, 3 is Mamaroneck.
It's actually because Mamaroneck has 2 losses, but one of them was to North Rockland, the second game of the season. That was the difference. Pretty sure if Mamaroneck had won that game, they'd be a 2 seed. Check swing, did he go? No check. It's 2-2. Close to going. No appeal, so 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Flato from the wind. Called strike 3. So Flato ends the second with 2 strikeouts after a fly out to right. We're through 1.5 at Manchester Field, scoreless on LMC TV. Back for the bottom of the second. Brian Knapp to the plate. Merdita back to the bump. There's a first pitch strike to Brian Knapp, the Tiger first baseman.
Transfer from earlier this year from California. A good pickup. They say cleanup all year as that one is taken for strike number 2.
I don't know if they had the usual DJ. Usually comes up to California Love. Appropriate. Here's the 0-2. Low and away. Ball 1.
You saw Flato get a call on a questionable strike.
It's 1 to short. McGee fields cleanly. 1 out.
So as I was saying, Flato got a questionable strike to end the inning, and the first one was there. We got to see what the strike zone will be from this umpire, but that's the 3rd ground out to the shortstop, Pat McGee, in the so far. Only 4 batters and 3 ground outs to McGee, and he's looked pretty flawless over at short, getting the runner by 2 steps each time.
Here's Emerson Genovese. First pitch, breaking ball strike. Genovese had that walk-off hit about a week or so ago against White Plains in the league championship game. And right after the game, he was able to spray paint the league champ 16 on the back of the Mamaroneck dugout, as that's a check swing foul, 0-2 on Genovese.
As McGee also listed on the roster as a right-handed pitcher, so we could
He's
see
definitely got
that.
a strong arm.
Yeah, we could see that.
So your shortstop and second baseman are both pitchers as well.
Shots back to Merdita. Throw to first. 2 out.
Quick first 2 outs now for Merdita, as Matt Waldron will step in for Mamaroneck, and another quick out. We're looking at a 20-minute first 2 innings.
And all 5 outs so far for Merdita have been on the ground, so that's a big key. If you can keep the Tigers from hitting those shots to the gap, you can at least have a chance of keeping them off the board. First pitch strike to Matt Waldron.
Waldron made a running catch one-handed last inning.
Merdita on the season, I have him at 3-1. This one's hit a shot into center field. Coming in to make the catch is Montera, so I guess we'll give you that stat next inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. We're through 2 full. No one's had a man on base yet at Manchester Field.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Charlie McGraw, and it's been 12 up and 12 down so far for both sides of the baseball, as the two pitchers here are dealing, as Merdita retired the first 6, 5 via the ground out, 1 fly out, and 2 strikeouts, and the other 4 retired, 3 ground outs, and 1 fly out from Mahopac for Bill Flato, Mamaroneck's ace. The umpire took one off the mast there.
Looks like he's all right.
As it is the pitch from Flato, grounded to third, and that is Peter Matt with it, and he'll get his first opportunity of the day, and he'll make it a good one as he'll throw out Mateo Avalone, the first baseman for Mahopac, as Merdita will hit, unlike Flato, who we saw play first base earlier in the year, and he hit then, but as he's being DH by the JV call-up and leadoff hitter Bobby Cox. So Merdita doing the National League shuffle, as the National League, sometimes the pitcher will bat 8th. A couple teams have done that. The Mets did it a couple times. They did when Thor hit 2 home runs the next time he pitched, the first time this year. But
didn't work out.
The Cardinals like to do it, and
the Cubs do it sometimes too.
The Cubs love to do it. As Merdita goes the opposite way, we know why he's hitting it. It's going to be a base hit and more. Oh, he fell going to first base though. He could have had 3, and they will hold the ball, but Merdita tripped right before he got to first base, Rob, and he'll hit a double to the wall over the head of the right fielder, Matt Waldron, and we'll have our first base runner and his Bill Flato's opposite number, the pitcher, Anthony Merdita, as he could have had 3, but he tripped right before first base, so he'll just go in standing with a double.
Especially because on that return throw, Mark Adamo bobbled the return throw from right field. So if he hadn't tripped and was going to third, I'm pretty sure he would have made it.
It was a straight double though, as the Adamo, as he was already in second, no error. And this one hit by the 9-hitter towards center. Genovese toward the gap, and he will make the catch! What a catch by Emerson Genovese in center field. Unbelievable play, robbing Joe Giorgio of an extra base hit and a first run of the game, Rob. Unbelievable play by Emerson Genovese.
Genovese has been playing a fantastic center field this year. He had that fantastic catch at White Plains a couple weeks ago to save a win for Bill Flato and save the Tigers' chances of winning the league, which they did.
And back to the top of the order, another lefty, Brendan White, as Giorgio was a lefty too, and first pitch swinging. Bottom of the lineup with Merdita, the pitcher, and then the right fielder, smallest player on the field, Giorgio, with a shot to center. But Emerson Genovese with the highlight reel catch, keeping this one knotted, as that would have definitely scored Merdita if Giorgio's speed. He looked pretty good getting down to first. He probably might have had a triple, although Merdita was holding up.
Most importantly, it does save a run for now, and now with 2 outs.
Definitely.
Flato can focus on the hitter.
And he goes after White. White, the second baseman, grounds it to his opposite number at second. Mark Adamo makes the play, and the inning is over. Not before a first hit and a unbelievable web jam catch in center field by Emerson Genovese. But we are still knotted at 0 as we head to the bottom of the third. And Jared Notzicle will lead off the 7th, in some cases, a lot of times you would see Emerson Genovese leading off this inning, but since he's batting 5th, he had batted 7th a lot sometimes during the year.
He's batted leadoff. He's been all over this lineup.
But just because after somebody makes a great play, you usually see them at the plate the next inning. But that won't be the case, as we have Notzicle down 0-2 after 2 foul balls.
And I think that's more when you make a great play like that to end an inning. There's a tendency to lead off
as well. But Notzicle, Miles Harden, and Hayden Cohen up here in the dirt, stopped by the catcher Greg Cavalieri, and he'll throw to first, so it'll be our first strikeout of the game, and then a 2-3 put out as Miles Harden will lead up the game. Still no base runners for Mamaroneck, but this was the spot where they got their first base runner to Mahopac with a leadoff double, and the 8-hole as Miles Harden will come up batting 8th, the shortstop, as he was the star on the basketball team for the Tigers. Harden righty hitting, and off the pitcher, and Harden will get a base hit. So a rope for Miles Harden that one hops the pitcher Merdita, and it looks like he is okay though.
I think it caught him in the glove. Actually, if he was a little luckier, he would have just caught it and made the out.
Well, yeah, it did bounce, though.
Ricocheted off the glove. He just slowed it down, and that's what gave Miles the chance to take first base. They're going to check on him real quick, but he looks all right.
And he'll refuse attention. It was a Yankee game. Girardi and Monahan, or the trainer, the current trainer,
Stevie Donahue.
yeah, would be running out there. Always love to see Stevie Donahue get some exercise and run out there.
He's been doing that a long time, too.
He was the assistant, though. It was Gene Monahan.
Under Gino, that's
he
right.
was the best trainer in sports, Gene Monahan. As that will be a base hit for Hawden, first of the game. But if that did go to the second baseman, there would have been a 1-4-3 put out.
Absolutely.
But instead, it's a base hit as it bounced off him, off of Merdita, and fell to the ground for the first hit from Mamaroneck. So both eight hitters.
Try to send the runner here.
He's got a small lead, though, and they throw over, and he's easily safe.
We know Miles has speed, and one out, might want to try to get that runner in scoring position. Definitely with 2 outs, you're even more likely to try to steal here.
As the 9-hitter, Hayden Cohen, is at the plate. But that another try over, no good. But both 8 hitters have the lone base hits for their team. Double from Merdita, the pitcher, and a single from Miles Hawden.
This one's going 13, isn't it?
Not sure about that one. It's the 3rd inning. But that was not... Merdita's lucky that didn't hit him on the line drive. That could have really done some damage, that it bounced first. So this one is bounced to second, and the second baseman, Brendan White, will have one play and one play only, and wisely just goes to retire Cohen.
It was hit too slow
first.
for 2. Hawden was practically on second base by the time White had fielded the ball.
It wasn't a hit and run or a stolen base. He wasn't going, but because of the angle of where it was hit.
The angle, and it was just hit too slowly.
White made a big spot, and the first batter to come up with a man in scoring position for Mamaroneck will be the JV call-up, Bobby Cox, DHing, leading off here for Mamaroneck. May have played a similar lineup he may have played in the first game, not positive,
right, we weren't
against
here.
Portchester.
We were at the semifinal boys lacrosse game that was going on at the same time against the same Mahopac school.
The Indians. And that one will be a strike. No, he appeals it. Looked like he was going to mark it, but the home plate umpire,
That's
but he
a
appealed
curious
to some.
call.
Yeah, I thought he was going to just call
umpire
it.
standing behind the pitcher. He has about the same angle, if not a worse angle, than the home plate umpire.
And
I usually want to appeal that if you're down one of the baselines, you might have a shot at really seeing it.
And that'll be a ball low. 3-0. Waiting on deck is Mark Adamo, the second baseman. Last time we covered this team was the game I did with Steve, Scarsdale.
Scarsdale game, that was a good game too.
As that was the first strike right down the middle there from Merdita.
It's a team that scratched and clawed its ways to 18 regular season wins.
And that'll be a hit towards center, and coming on is the center fielder, Matt Montero, and he will make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So a line out to center, and Miles Hawden is stranded at second as 1 hit and 1 left on base. End of 3, the score is 0-0 here at Mamaroneck High School. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, top of the 4th inning. Mahopac and Mamaroneck tied at 0, and Matt Montero, who made the play in the last inning to end the bottom of the 3rd, will come up to the plate, and Flato will put a strike right down the middle.
So there's your last catch phenomenon. Came an inning late.
And then it'll be Montero will foul that one off for a strike 2. The lefty Montero, first 3 hitters are lefty, and the last hitter as well. Flato will throw an off-speed pitch that'll bounce. That'll be a fair ball, and that will be a base hit. So Montero with the swinging bunt will get a base hit, as it doesn't get any cheaper than that, Rob.
Perfect. The real lucky part was that it didn't have the kind of spin to send it foul. It just kind of died down the 3rd base line, just far out enough that by the time Noctegal got there, no play.
It was a base hit all the way if it stayed fair.
and that it did. It did spin towards Flato, which helped them, but Noctical's lucky he didn't throw that away. If should have just maybe held on to that ball.
Oh yeah, I think he was already at first base by the time he was about to throw the ball. No reason to make the throw, but no harm, no foul, as the throw was right on target to Knapp.
So first single of the game for Mahopac, second hit is at 0-0 here in the first.
But first time we've had a base runner in the game with
No outs for either team.
as on first is Montera.
We saw a speed man on that catch, and that'll be hit towards the outfield, and a great catch again by Matt Waldron, the right fielder, as he had to take 5-6 steps back, and he made a lunging
Catch to retire the number 3 hitter Greg Cavalieri, the catcher, and there was one away. 2 good catches by the outfielders. Now the right fielder Waldron and Genovese with the highlight one in the last inning.
Yeah, maybe not a whole lot going on with the bats, but the gloves have certainly shown up today here at Manchester Field. A couple of stunning plays out of the Mamaroneck outfield.
And since
Montero was just on first, he had to just go halfway, which he did, so he wasn't able to tag. If he was on second or if he was on third, he'd be tagging on that. But
so he remains on first with 1 out.
Infield looks like they're at double play depth. Flato's got a lot of ground balls today.
Off the bat, it looked like it might have been another double like in the last inning by Merdita, but instead...
Good closing speed by Waldron to catch up to that one. Stuck the glove out right at the end there.
Waldron, a senior listed as an outfielder catcher, hasn't really done much catching, as it's been Noctigal and Max Bone, the 2 catchers from Mamaroneck.
I think he's more of a bullpen catcher, but
he starts
there's
in
an
the
injury
outfield.
or anything or an extra catcher's needed, he's there and able.
Start an outfield, like a lot of major league teams have third catchers you would never know about. As a bluff play there by
Monteras, he bluffed the steal, even enough to throw, to draw yells of going from the Mamaroneck, but
he'll stay at first.
3-0 though to the cleanup hitter Chris Laurie, who flew out to right field,
And Waldron in the second inning.
that's a strike from Flato.
So far, a quick game though, Rob.
Yeah, not a lot of base runners, no walks. Put those 2 together, you should have a quick game.
As it'll be a 3-1 low strike call, as the umpires call that low strike consistently. That's what you want from an umpire, be consistent, even if it's not the best strike zone.
You know, we haven't had heard any complaints yet from either side, so at least you're consistent. No one's going to harp on you. And the worst thing you want to hear is you gave them that call last inning and now it's not. That's what you don't want to hear, but haven't heard anything like that. He's been consistent.
What you want in the playoffs, quarterfinals. As going is the base runner on 3-2 and 1 out, and that one will be to Genovese. He'll call off the right fielder Waldron, and Genovese will make the catch, and he'll just throw it into Adamo at second.
As getting back to first after the steal attempt on the fly ball was Montera, so man on first, Montera with 2 outs, and Eric Fox, who struck out swinging for the first strikeout of the game, is now up.
Really like the poise you see from Flato there. He's 3-0 on a hitter. He's been running, 1 out, scoreless game. It's easy to lose the runner and walk him. Comes back, he's pumping strikes, ice in his veins, quality pitches, and he gets the out.
Veteran senior captain, 4-1, 0.65. I think that 1 loss was against North Rockland, right?
It was a game Flato pitched, yeah.
No, his 1 loss.
Yes. His 1 loss, one of the Tigers' 2 losses this year, the other one kind of a stunner to Scarsdale.
At Scarsdale.
Really done in by some less than perfect fielding in the early innings.
5 errors total. As that strike 2 to Fox, swung and missed
Again by him, as there's now 2 strikes and 2 outs, man on first here in the top of the 4th.
And his pitch will be fouled towards us, and that will bounce off the school, down the steps, and out of play.
And out of reach for a catch.
One of these days I'm going to catch one, Charlie. One of these days.
Take the mic off.
Got a few feet around here, range.
Strike 3, you're on the inside corner for Flato. Second time he struck out Fox, 3rd strikeout of the game. And we will head to the bottom of the fourth with Mamaroneck up. Due up for the Tigers will be 2-3-4 as they look to score for the first time. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, bottom of the fourth, Marco Damo, the second baseman, leads off this inning and will take a ball. It'll be him, Peter Matt, and Brian Knapp. 2-3-4 for the Tigers against the right-hander Anthony Merdita, as that one will be hit towards second as counterpart, and a nice play by Brendan White as that one looked like it was behind him, but he's able to get it and throw to first to retire Adamo for the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
This is the part of the lineup that Mamaroneck wants to do damage with. Fourth inning, they haven't gotten a whole lot done. You've got your Division I commit up at the plate, and Brian Knapp, who's been driving him in all year, on deck. Even with one out, you're kind of sensing this is where they want Peter Matt to gap one, double or a triple, and then get driven in by Knapp.
Ball one, as Merdita knows the capability of Matt and doesn't give him a first pitch strike to hit as he throws it low and wide, as this one will be a base hit up the middle for Matt as he gets it going with a base hit, and he's a threat to steal for Mamaroneck.
Certainly, and they want to get him in scoring position, maybe get themselves two cracks at driving them in just in case they need it. With Knapp up at the plate, now Genovese on deck. He's been pretty proficient at stealing bases also, and maybe at least they want to get a look at what Cavalieri has as far as a throwing arm goes behind the plate. That could become useful knowledge no matter what the result might be in the later innings.
As they check over on Matt, and he is safe at first. One out, Peter Matt on first. And Brian Knapp at the plate, the lefty, he's going.
Hit and run.
And it'll be fouled away by Knapp as Chapp has the hit and run on. Over there at third base coach's box.
He's not afraid to force the action, try to create opportunities. Don't be surprised if he goes again even on a straight steal either.
Afraid is not in Coach Chapp's vocabulary, Rob.
This is true.
Although there are a lot of words in his vocabulary. As this will be an 0-1 to Knapp following the first pitch that he fouled off, and okay lead, and then check on him, as both pitchers have done throughout this one. As that's the tenseness of a playoff game, checking over a lot, even when the leads aren't that big. And Matt will just stay at first, and it'll be high and outside for ball one. 1-1 to Knapp.
And the thing about having a 7-inning ball game is this part of the lineup might not come up again until the late 6th or early 7th inning. That's about the end of the game, so 4th inning is already starting to get a little late early out here.
As that's an oxymoron.
It's a classic Yogiism, though. I'll take credit for using it. It fits.
1-1 to Knapp is popped up. Shallow edge of the grass. Back of the infield, the shortstop will stay in the back of the dirt and make the catch by Pat McGee for out number 2. So they retire the cleanup hitter with a fly out to short, as Emerson Genovese will look to keep the inning going as he grounded out to Merdita in the 2nd inning. Just 2 hits for each team. Peter Matt and Miles Houghton with base hits, and a double by Anthony Merdita, the pitcher, and Matt Montero with the swinging bunt last inning for our 4 hits in the bottom of the 4th. As it didn't get that first hit until the top of the 3rd inning, but Merdita, the 8-hitter, had the double to the opposite field. And the Tigers did catch a break on that as he fell rounding first. If that didn't happen, he might have got to 3rd, and who knows what would have happened. They would have had a man on 3rd.
That could have changed the whole face of the inning.
Man on 3rd, 1 out. As that'll be a ball. Getting back was Matt.
Yeah, Matt bluffed, looked like he was going. Trying to see what kind of jump he can get off Merdita. 2 outs, you definitely want to try to take second and get yourself in scoring position.
No stolen bases yet, though. for either team, and this one's up the middle, and the shortstop Pat McGee will flip to the second baseman, Brendan White, for the third out, so it'll be an out recorded, and we'll head to the fifth, where Mahopac will look to get something going here on LMC Varsity Sports 0-0. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, top of the fifth, Bill Flato back on the mound for the Tigers, and a first pitch strike on the curveball to the Mahopac shortstop, Pat McGee.
He's been active in the field.
And he's active on that swing, 0-2 now.
Struck out looking on a breaking ball his first time up. Now he's down to hole 0-2 again.
The junior McGee, who's looked very good in the field, also listed as a pitcher, bounces that, as McGee has had 4 ground balls, made them all, including the last inning, ending the inning on the flip to the second baseman, White, and he caught a pop-up last inning as well. And that one is swung on and missed, and Noctigill was ready to throw to first, but the umpire said he caught it, and he's out anyway, so it's just a strikeout, no 2-3, and it'll bring up the 7-hitter from Mahopac, Mateo Avalone, who grounded out to third to start the third inning. And that is foul away.
That was the 4th strikeout on the day for Flato. He's been very economical. Don't have a pitch count on him, but trust me, it's low.
Rob lost track of it. We need Steven Astis's iPad.
The iPad app is useful for that.
But Rob can tell you he had 5 pitches through, as that's a strike again taken on
I
the
can
curve.
count to 5, yes.
Yeah.
That's about as high as I go, but 5 I can do.
It's starting to get a little windy now. And that'll be hit towards Adamo at second. He'll make the easy play and throw out Mateo Avalone, who has a ground out to third and a ground out to second, for 2 quick outs here in the top of the fifth, as both pitchers are throwing up bagels so far.
You're making me hungry, Charlie.
I didn't say a bagel with lox cream cheese
Now I'm really hungry.
or toasted with
Please stop.
as that one will be a ball.
Let's go with goose eggs. Nobody eats goose eggs, right?
Yeah. Or we could say donuts, but
That would be counterproductive, Charlie.
for sure, as that's a ball by Flato. As Anthony Merdita, who had the double and is on the mound, counterparting Flato, swings and misses. Strike 2, 2-2. He's up now, the 8-hitter. On deck is the 9-hitter, Joe Giorgio.
Let's say Flato's pitch count's probably in the 50s right now.
And that'll be bounced towards Miles Houghton. He'll get his first chance. He'll bobble it, and he'll throw to first. Nice play by Miles Houghton to recover and get the out, as a tough hop on Merdita's that not perfect infield here. Manchester Field has a couple bumps and bruises, and that one we saw. 1-2-3 for Flato. Nice play by Houghton to end the inning. And we are through 4.5. The Tigers coming up, trying to get the first run of the game here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here, bottom of the fifth, Matt Waldron leading it off here on LMC Varsity Sports. I'm Charlie McGraw, joined by Rob Moretti, as it is the bottom of the 5th inning, and it'll be 6-7-8. Matt Waldron, who flew out to center field, Jared Noctigal, and Miles Houghton, who made a great play on a bad hop to end the top of the 5th.
Miles Houghton, lucky he still has his front teeth after that play. That took a nasty hop on him.
Neither team has had a base runner at third yet. It's like almost a double shutout, not getting any base runners on third. As the pitcher, so that one is grounded to first, making the play, and he'll take it himself, will be the first baseman, Mateo Avalone, for the first out in the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th, as Jared Noctigal, the 7-hitter and catcher, will bat now. Noctigal will bounce that towards Coach Chaparelli in the third base Blocks wide of him and hits the fence, and he'll pick it up along with the rubber that puts the bases in.
Just looking at my score sheet after this pitch.
Strike 2.
And 13 outs so far by Merdita, 9 of them via the ground ball. So he may not be the ace, but he's sure pitching like one.
So that one will be put up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop. McGee, and he'll throw it wide, and that'll go over the dugout, and that'll be
E6?
Yeah, but that, because a good play would have had him. But I was thinking that he might almost was safe at first, but
Well, it was a nice play by McGee to come up with the ball. It's a tough throw. He was spinning.
a hit and an error or just an error?
I'm going with an error, but we're not official.
But
looks
not
like we have
two.
a pinch runner also. Looks
Because
like
he's the catcher and just because the courtesy
I think
runner?
that's Patrick Cotter going in to run for...
Pat Cotter.
Yep.
Pinch runner here.
But McGee, he was spinning around. His momentum was taking him into right field. It's a tough play to make on the run. He put a lot on it. Put too much on it was the problem.
Yeah, if he held on to it, it's a hit. But Harden, who has a hit already, comes to the plate. 1 of 2 hits for them. So an unofficial E6, although it could have been a hit and an error for Noctigal as pinch runner here. And Noctigal will re-enter. Will be Patrick Cotter, who takes a big lead at secondary lead.
We know Cotter can run. He was a wide receiver on the football team in the fall.
He played left field in the Scarsdale game he started.
He's played some outfield for this team also. So Houghton singled his last time up. Single here could drive in a run.
As here in the bottom of the 5th, it's still 0-0 between the 3-seeded Tigers and the 6-seeded Indians from Mahopac. Second time in the last couple of days a playoff game between Mamaroneck and Mahopac, as that's fouled by Harden. As on the move was Cotter.
Little hit and run. Just hope it's on a line drive, but right at someone.
Although technically that's a sub, because and a good move by Coach
right, it is a
Schiaparelli,
substitution.
because there wasn't 2 outs, there was just 1 out.
Well, you don't have
Or
the
the
courtesy
catcher
runner rule in
the
baseball
playoffs.
anyway.
Oh,
It's
no.
just a softball rule.
Okay.
So yeah, that's subject to the re-entry rule. So once Noctigal re-enters, Cotter will be done for the day.
So it's a good time to use them though.
Absolutely.
And you can't do that again for Noctigal later on. You can't put
right.
another sub
well,
in
you
for
can, but then he's done for the day.
Then Noctigal would be done.
Right.
Right.
You can only re-enter once is how the rule works.
Which is good, because what if Noctigal, some injury or something? You need a sub. Is that throw? So that's a strike 2 to Hart. A nice pitch on the curve, 1 and 2. As that throw was way high, it went over the dugout, over the fence, and that's why. But if it had stayed in the fence area, Noctigal would have had to stay.
Played on, unless it went in that
Past
little
the
area
line.
between the dugout and the fence. There's a little cutout there near the gate.
But it really went over, as Harden just gets a piece to stay alive.
Yeah, there's
But that angle of that throw was
right.
crazy.
There's a little white chalk line there. If it goes over that line, it counts as the same as coming up here and hitting us.
As Rob and I are pointing, like
you can see, we don't have telestrator.
as it's just, this game's just an hour old now, 5:30. Started at 4:30, basically on time.
Absolutely, was well scheduled, and we really caught a break with the weather too. I know I'm harping on it, but looks like everything's either dying as it gets near us or going past us. Blue sky directly above us. Partly cloudy, but we'll take that.
Well, you are part weatherman, part LMC Varsity Sports producer. Strike 3 on the pitch, as a clutch pitch by Merdita to get Harden, who had the base hit off of Merdita in the first inning on the line drive hit that bounced right before him. And line drive that bounced and then hit Merdita hard. It's Hayden Cohen, the 9-hitter, will come up here, and if you're Merdita, you want to get him. So you don't want to have to face the top of the lineup.
It was a second strikeout today for Merdita. Like I said, a lot of his outs on the ground.
Cohen, strike 1 to him. Yeah, just a second strikeout. Noctigal struck out the first time. That was a real good play by McGee to get to that ball, just to throw. Noctigal could have been safe at first on that play. It was bang, bang. Might have had him. a real good throw. Is going is Cotter. He will round second, and that ball will be cut off in the first run of the game as a base hit by the number 9 hitter, Hayden Cohen. And Mamaroneck takes the lead as stealing on the play was the pinch runner, Patrick Cotter. And he came in for the catcher, Noctigal, after he reached on the error at second. So pinch running and hitting the ball was Cohen. I think it was just a straight steal, not a hit and run or anything.
Well, he swung the bat, so if it was a straight steal, he's going to get one of those attaboy, why didn't you do what I said? So hopefully it was a hit and run for Cohen's sake. We'll never know, but
well, we could
the
ask
job
Chap
done.
on the postgame, as we got another sub here. As Chap has got, that's what happens when you have such a big roster.
we're going to pinch run for Cohen.
You can get
here.
a couple pinch runners and then just do the re-entry rule.
Stuart Williamson's going to run for Cohen.
As he gets a big hand from his teammates in the crowd. First RBI of the game. A third hit for Mamaroneck.
Williamson, another speedster. Two-way player, secondary wide receiver on the football team, so he's speedy as well.
As was Cotter, and
We saw Cotter's speed, but it helped that
Cotter was going, as that would have been a bang play.
It would have been a real interesting play to
Laurie.
watch if he wasn't going.
Right. He would be going on contact as there was 2 outs, but I mean, Laurie could have gunned him at home. Interesting. Shap probably would have sent him. And then
Well, you got to get that with 2 outs. You're more likely to send the runner on a play like that and take a chance.
smart play by Chris Laurie, though, to just put it in his back pocket with the steal, with him going.
Yeah, not allow
The ball on the
Cohen to
ground.
take an extra base at least.
And especially with 2 outs and the contact, that makes it so much easier as you're going, because if there's contact, initially you go, that's right at us. And it nearly almost hit Rob. Wow, we had to get out of the way. I put on my scoring book. Rob said one of these days the ball was gonna come at him. We got out of the way though, and that was something.
Straight into your living room. That missed our camera by about an inch.
And Bobby Cox is going as Williamson, and he will be safe as he gets around as the shortstop McGee thought he had him, but Stuart Williamson with the unbelievable slide will be safe, and a stolen base for him as he got around the throw from the catcher Greg Cavalieri and the tag from McGee. So a stolen
Must have
base
just
for
gotten
Williamson.
under that tag, and my heart's still racing from almost losing a camera. My goodness.
Rob would have been okay if it hit him, but not the camera, as that one is hit towards the second baseman, and he'll bobble it, and he makes the play, but he is safe at first, as bang play, and the hesitation cost Brendan White. So that'll be an error on White, and advancing to third will be Williamson on the stolen base, as that was a tough call for the umpire, and he'll be safe, as the Mahopac crowd is not happy with that call, and we'll step aside as going to the mound will be Mahopac's manager Christopher Miller, and we'll be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, first and third, 2 outs following this 2-out rally that started with an error on the shortstop, and that ball is hit towards right field, just foul by a couple of feet off the bat of Mark Adamo.
Yeah, a couple of errors this inning by Mahopac has been their undoing. They now trail because of it. Adamo almost made them really pay there.
There's an E by the second baseman on the last hit by Bobby Cox. Advance Williamson to second.
Also, they almost tagged him out, but because of the play by Williamson, which wasn't an error,
To avoid the tag of McGee. So the shortstop and second baseman with 2 errors in this inning. One on McGee, the first one in White.
on the second one.
You know how to be strong up the middle to play winning baseball, and this inning has not been the case for Mahopac.
Bang play, looked like it could have been out, and getting out of it is the pitcher Merdita, as the talking to from Coach Christopher Miller helps as he strikes out Adamo to stop the bleeding before there's any further damage. 2 left on base on one hit, by Hayden Cohen, 1 run, and 2 errors. As after 5, Mamaroneck has the first lead of the game for either team, 1-0.
Rob, we're right here with Charlie McGraw, top of the 6th. Mamaroneck picking up an unearned run, but a run nonetheless. This is Joe Giorgio
as he was victim to the running catch play of the game, which hopefully you were able to see. As
a little technical difficulty on that play. Hopefully it came in clearly.
Think we got it.
They check and no swing.
What's the point of checking? That was weird. He checked over there.
Well, he doesn't have any other umpire over there. It's a two-man crew.
It's his call. But in the semis they have 3, right?
Right. Semifinals and above they have
and really
3.
in the quarters they should have 3 too. And that's strike
Call
3.
Strike 3.
Sorry.
Strikeout number 5 for Flato. And yeah, it would be nice to have 3, but you got the A, the double A, the B, the C. Well, the C doesn't have quarterfinals, but I think there's too many games to have that many umpires working at this level. I think that's the problem. Just a shortage of umpires to make that happen. This one popped up by White. Matt ranges over near the bullpen, makes the catch for out number 2.
So that was never in doubt as Matt made a nice angle and nice catch for the first out. For the second out of this inning. And Mahopac down to their final 4 outs.
But with just a 1-run game, that can change on a dime. One swing of the bat can change the whole outlook. As Matt Montera takes a first pitch ball from Flato.
He had a single last inning, or last at bat in the 4th inning.
On the ground up the middle, it's through for a hit with 2 outs.
So our first player with multiple hits is Matt Montera, the center fielder. And just the 3rd hit, as Montera has 2 and Merdita has 1. And 3 hits, Hayden Cohen with the big hit, RBI single, Miles Harden, and Peter Matt, who's going to lead off
In the bottom of this inning.
So up steps Greg Cavalieri. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to right field. Nice running catch by Matt Waldron in his last at bat back in the 4th inning. Breaking ball avoids the zone. Ball 1. Montera not going on that pitch, but you think about a steal here.
He's got a small lead.
2-0 on Cavalieri.
Nearly hit the catcher Cavalieri there.
He was trying to sell that it did hit him, but umpire not having any of that. So 2-0. Runner on first, 2 outs. Pitch. 3-0. Cleanup hitter Chris Laurie is on deck.
Senior catcher, definitely 3-0. Obvious taking situation here. Even.
Oh, you could green light him.
No.
Taking, and it's ball 4.
just inside, missed that.
First walk of the day by either pitcher. And so Mahopac has runners on first and second with 2 outs. That's a tying run on second base, a go-ahead run on first base. At the plate will be Chris Laurie, who was 0 for 2, flew out twice. That's the kind of hitter you want up, is someone who can get the ball to the outfield. If he gets one in, could be a tie game or maybe even more.
As first and second here with the cleanup hitter, Laurie, who has flew out to right, flew out to left, and flew out to center, excuse me. Did not fly out to right. That's all he's missing now. No, he flew out to right in the
Right and
second.
center.
And then he flew out to center and there.
Well, it's a big spot here. Coach Schaap wants to come out and talk to his infield and his pitcher, maybe do a little mound work as well. We'll take a quick break as they take a timeout. 1-0 Mamaroneck in the top of the 6th on LMC TV. Well, check my Twitter feed during that break, and there's been some thunder delays across baseball and softball, some couple cancellations. So we're real lucky today as the first pitch to strike to Laurie. We're able to get this one in.
Those were in northern Westchester, though, Nyack.
Right.
The Nyack game, baseball.
So 2 on, 2 out for Mahopac. Big spot here for the Indians as it goes to 1-1 on Laurie.
Nyack's also Class A.
Well, once the games start, they won't make you stop. It's the cancellation rule for the bracket is only if it's postponed before the first pitch of the first game. And they kind of just let it happen.
It's just for that section. So
One hit towards right. Waldron ranging over into foul territory. Can't get there.
as the football practice,
Yeah, they don't even have padding on that thing. You can hurt yourself if you're not looking.
It's got to be tough coming into that. As Cavalieri walked on 4 straight pitches, he's at first. And a base hit, second of the game for Matt Montero. He's on second. And the first
2 strikes on Laurie, so a chance for Flato to get out of it with 1 good pitch.
He's the first righty in the order, as the first 3 guys, White, Montero, and Cavalieri, are all lefties. As the cleanup hitter here, Laurie. 1 and 2. Stepping off was Flato, and out of the box is Laurie, who is the left fielder.
1-2 from Flato. Outside, 2-2.
Good job by Flato, but
They try to get him to chase there a little. Well, that's a slider, maybe breaking low and away.
More importantly, a good job by Noctigo. I don't think he's had any wild pitches or pass balls. He's done good behind the plate.
2-2 pitch. In the air, center field. Genovese underneath it. Out number 3. So Flato puts a couple guys on, but he gets out of it. We're through 5.5. Still 1-0 Tigers in the Class AA quarterfinals in baseball on LMC Varsity Sports. Tigers have the heart of the order here in the bottom of the 6th. And Peter Matt on cue, a hard liner to short. Throw takes him off the bag, the tag, the collision, and he is out.
And Matt came down and he kind of tried to go through the first baseman because the first baseman went for the tag, even though the first baseman...
Well, you have the right to the baseline, so if he wants to run hard and try to dislodge that ball, he's allowed to.
that's still just a 6-3. A lot of things happened on that play. Matt hit it hard. It was the first pitch.
He fell coming out of the box.
He had trouble getting his footing after hitting it, and then it was a bad throw, but he still had time to just step on first. Did the first baseman for Mateo Avalone, but instead he went to tag Matt, and Matt tried to run him over, which you're allowed to do, but...
Count 0-1 on Brian Knapp. Last chance for the Tigers to try to add on some insurance before the 7th, as Knapp hits one to left, sinking, and it will fall for a hit.
So first hit of the game for Brian Knapp, and the fourth hit for the Tigers, one by Hayden Cohen, one by Peter Matt, and one by Miles Houghton.
It's interesting that they're going to leave Knapp in here. He hasn't been substituted out yet, so they could bring a pinch runner in if they felt like it. But for now, Knapp will run with Genovese at the plate and one out.
They've done that twice already.
And he will run. Hit and run play, as that'll keep them out of the double play. Throw to first is in time. So now Knapp on second with 2 out.
And that'll bring up Matt Waldron, who grounded out to first in his last at-bat and flew out to center in the second inning in his first at-bat.
So we'll see if Waldron can cash in the insurance policy.
As it'll be 5, 6, 7, Eric Fox, Pat McGee, Mateo Avalone for...
Lined up the middle, base hit. Knapp is being waved in. Here comes the throw to the plate. Bobbled, and he is... Did he touch the plate? He is safe.
He touched after, and here comes the Mahopac coach saying that he is safe. Knapp is safe, and we got an argument from the coach from Mahopac.
Now, there is a rule that I think he's supposed to slide into home plate. That might be a rule to avoid collisions.
It's Coach Christopher from Miller
is not happy, and the catcher is not happy too.
That's got to be what he's appealing about, but it looks like the run's going to stand.
As the field umpire staying out of the way, but
There was some cursing and yelling from the dugout as well here.
as we will step aside and be right back.
All right, so Coach Chris Miller got his money's worth. We don't think he was ejected. He's still in the Mahopac dugout, but he was not happy. Questionable call, because I think you're supposed to make an effort to slide on a play at the plate, as Noctigal fouls went off.
As he didn't slide, did Knapp.
Didn't make an effort either. Just kind of ran him over.
So, yeah, Mamaroneck's lucky they didn't call him out as blocking the plate, and he didn't slide. Did the base runner Knapp, and
you thought they were going to bring in the pinch runner for Knapp, but they didn't. But now they're bringing the pinch runner here.
Joe Abaldi is going to be the pinch runner, and Knapp scored. That's the pinch runner for Waldron. So that goes down as an RBI single for Waldron. He took second base on the throw. Most important, 2-0 Tigers, and that is an earned run charge to Merdita.
As all of the players came back in, last inning, Noctigal still catching, and back in the game and left was Stuart Williamson after he came in for Hayden Cohen.
They got that
and
backwards.
Cotter came in for Noctigal.
Williamson came in for Cohen, and then Cohen went back to
No, I
left
said
field.
Williams went in for him, and Cohen is back in left. Yeah,
Right.
He re-entered after he got the hit, and he was pinch ran for. Noctigal came back in after he was pinch run for by Cotter.
Let's see if Noctigal can pick up another run. Breaking ball hit him.
He almost leaned in the way, and Mahopac's fans not happy again as he did not get out of the way. And I'm really shocked that he didn't throw out Christopher Miller.
Well, it was a close play. It's a playoff game, close game, so you give him a little bit of a leash. I'm sure there's a line that he could have stepped over, but he didn't. So Miller will come out and talk with his infield now.
No, that's not Miller. A different coach, but Miller is still there. He didn't
That's
get
right.
thrown out.
Must be the pitching coach going out to have a chat with Merdita and the infield for Mahopac.
Because they did not give you the name of their pitching coach.
That's all right. Mr. Lugbauer, we're told, so see if Merdita can work out of this jam and keep it at 2. Definitely don't want to fall behind more than that.
Rob, explain for the viewers quick about the Knapp play again. Because that's a huge run. That's a big.
All right, well, he was sent home. There was a play at the plate as Houghton takes one in the dirt. And I believe the rule does say that on a play at the plate, you're not really supposed to block the plate, but either way, you're supposed to make an effort to slide. And Knapp did, I don't think he made an effort to slide, but also didn't really see the throw coming in either, so.
But Cavalier came
Questionable
out,
call.
but Cavalier dropped the throw. He initially
Right.
dropped the throw. So he would have been dead to rights if Cavalier just held on to the throw, but he
Right.
dropped it. So, I mean, Knapp didn't really have to slide, even though Cavalier came back basically without the ball.
But there was some
Without
contact with the
ball.
catcher is what
so
Miller
either,
was upset
either
about.
Either way, it's a close call either way. That can go
Missed
either
by
way.
Houghton. Kind of. I think what Miller was upset about was that there was contact between Knapp and Cavalieri. So he didn't like that. You want to protect your players from being in harm's way unnecessarily. So Houghton will have a quick chat with Coach Schiaparelli. And with a 1-2 count, 2 outs, 2 on, they'll stroll back into the right-hander's batter's box.
Houghton 1 and 2. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout.
1-2 from Merdita. Fouled off. Was bobbled in the on-deck circle by Andrew Belton.
So he'll pinch hit.
Looks like he might pinch hit for Cohen and then go play left field in the bottom of the inning if we get there. Houghton could also end up being the last out. 1-2. In the dirt. Good take by Houghton. And the count even at deuces.
Belton a lefty. On the on-deck circle.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. A 2-0 lead from Mamaroneck. And this one line, base hit down the left field line. Obaldi rounds, he will come home. Noctigal chugs into third, he's held there. It is 3-0 Mamaroneck, an RBI double for Miles Houghton.
2 hits for Miles Houghton in this one, and a big RBI double insurance to make it 3-0 in second and third. With 2 outs here, as that was a huge play on coming home, as O'Haldren, the pinch, Obaldi, and Obaldi scored, and Noctigal will be on third. As Rob mentioned, he wasn't allowed to pinch run for Noctigal because he wouldn't be allowed to re-enter if he did pinch run.
Well, they could still use their other catcher, Max Bowen, if they really wanted to, but no need to. Up 3-0 now.
As Noctigal was chugging to third.
Andrew Belton pinch hitting for Williamson, fouls one off onto the track area.
As Schiaparelli wisely did that. I think he's pinch hitting for Cohen, right? Because Cohen re-entered for.
So Cohen is finished for the day.
Out.
He can't come back. He's been subbed out twice. A pinch run and then a pinch hit. 0-1. Just missed 1-1.
It's going to be really tough now against Flato.
And Belton now with a base hit and Houghton on second. A base hit could really open it up.
Houghton's very fast, as you alluded to.
He can dunk too, not that skill matters here. count 2-1 on Belton.
Well, he could jump over the catcher and if he has to.
Ichiro Suzuki style.
Ichiro's still playing at
He is
40.
closing in on 3,000 hits. He's 44 away.
How old is he? He's 42, I think.
Yeah. Keeps himself in good shape.
Playing for the Marlins. It's weird to see Ichiro as a Marlin. It was weird to see him as a Yankee after.
You as a Yankee
He'll
fan,
always be remembered as a Seattle Mariner, but
Of course.
focusing back on the game in front of us, it's 2-2 on Belton.
He's 42, excuse me. Just looked it up.
2-2 for Merdita. Fouled off, and Belton will stay alive.
Good job by Belton coming off the bench. He fouled the first pitch he saw down the opposite way, and now he fouled one back to stay alive, 2-2. In a game that's really taken a turn in Mamaroneck's favor here in the bottom of the 6th. It was just 1-0. All late scoring runs, 1 last inning and 2 this inning for the Tigers.
Another 2-2 from Merdita to Belton. In the dirt, count full.
Runners will have to stay though, as they're just on 2nd and 3rd, not
Right.
bases loaded. On this full count. This inning alone has taken about 20 minutes, and it was like 5:30 entering the 6th. Now it's almost 6 o'clock.
This is our first full count of the day, I think. Here's a 3-2. Called strike 3. Belton not in love with the call, but he's not going to change it. But the Tigers strike for 2 more insurance runs. Flato will head back out and try to close it out next on LMC TV.
Breaking news.
3 outs left for the Mahopac Indians to try to save their season off Bill Flato. And this one's popped up towards us, not going to reach us, but it's out of play. Off the dugout roof.
Running over for it was Knapp and Flato. They're 2 first basemen for Mamaroneck.
Flato off to the mound, and Eric Fox is down 0-1 quickly. And
Fox 0 for 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging.
Rob was not nervous about the camera on that foul ball.
This one popped up high, behind short. Houghton ranging out, calling, and there's 1 out.
one away on the pop-up to Houghton, and it'll be Pat McGee, the shortstop, with 2 strikeouts already, 1 swinging and 1 looking. As Flato has 5 strikeouts. Eric Fox twice, McGee twice, and Joe Giorgio.
McGee's at the plate now.
Right.
First pitch, a strike.
Which led to the strikeout.
Acknowledgement. He has played good defense.
Aside from that good play he made, but then he threw it away.
This one lined to right field. Waldron coming over. I'm sorry, that's not Waldron. They left Joe Abaldi out there. No, that is Waldron. I'm sorry. He makes the catch. He's played a good right field today. And the Tigers now 1 out away from advancing to the semifinal. Last we heard, North Rockland was up 1-0, but very early.
North Rockland is playing
Clarkstown South.
number 10 seed who had an upset. And that was the 3rd catch of the game for Matt Waldron. Couple running one running one, and then he avoided the goalpost on a foul ball too.
0-1 on Avalone. Pitch from Flato. Outside 1-1. Tigers will have Truman Devitt ready for the next round on regular rest. Then if they're able to win that, they'd have Flato for the final. This one in the air, behind short, into left, that will fall for a hit. So the Mahopac season not over yet as Avalone singles with 2 outs.
Still have that winning, tying run on deck though.
With those 2 insurance runs, 1 provided by Miles Houghton.
As we will have
The pinch runner, and that'll be Andrew Blecker.
Andrew Blecker, yep. Pinch
Blecker.
running here. Get a little speed on.
for Mateo Avalone. That run
Means nothing now.
as it'll just be the down by 2 run.
Probably takes second on a defensive indifference. Wouldn't be surprised, not even holding him on. As Merdita up to the plate, runner does not go. This one popped up, foul and out of play to the right side.
Merdita still ended the game at pitch here. Gave up 3 runs, a couple unearned though.
I think 2 were earned, 1 unearned, but I might be lying. Sorry if I lied to you.
It's unintentional.
Here's the 0-1. Runner still doesn't go. It's a ball. Pinch running, you might as well take it, right?
Yeah, they're giving it to you.
They're giving you second base. The run means nothing. Here's the 1-1. A strike.
Still doesn't take it. 1-2 now.
Tigers 1 out away from a return trip to the semifinals where they'd likely see North Rockland away. The 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2.
As the pinch runner.
Blecker has to tie his shoe.
He wasn't playing the whole game. He couldn't have his shoelaces ready.
2-2 out, runner on first. Tigers up 3-0. Flato trying to finish it off. The pitch hit on the ground right back to Flato. He will flip to Knapp, and that will do it. By a score of 3-0, Mamaroneck wins the quarterfinals in Class AA over Mahopac, and they will head back to the semifinal, opponent to be determined, but likely the number 2 seed North Rockland.
Coach Christopher Miller shook the home plate umpire's hand as they walked off the field. So that was nice to see. As Mamaroneck improves on the year to 20-2, and they will either play, as Rob said, North Rockland or number 10 Clarkstown South in the semis. As it'll be, as it was a good game by Mamaroneck, and we'll be back with the post-game show and interviews coming up next here on LMC Varsity Sports as the big crowd files out of Manchester Field.
Back here on the post-game show with starting pitcher Bill Flato. And Bill, it was a good win for you guys. What was the key to your 3-hitter today?
I mean, great defense as always. And we started off a little slow on the bats, but we picked up in the end, and that's what a championship team does.
A real good play by Emerson Genovese in the 3rd inning. That saves a runner too. Tell me what it's like when your center fielder picks you up with an unbelievable catch like that.
I mean, most of the time, any ball hit to center field, it's kind of it's a relief because Emerson's back there, makes every play every time, and it's just a great feeling having him back there. He's a great player.
And not only do you guys have you, but you have Truman DeVitt as well, and he's been real good this year with you two at the top of the rotation. You guys are a tough team for anybody to beat.
Yeah, I mean, he stepped up this year. That's what we needed, and he's done a great job. Throws strikes. He's a great pitcher.
And what do you think of your chances of repeating as state champs? You have to get past a couple of tough teams, North Rockland probably in the next round, and then the number 1 seed as well. It'll be a tough road, but you guys have that experience out there as well.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we've done a great job all year, and as the bats are coming along, so I feel like if we just keep playing the way we're playing, then we'll have a good shot.
And lastly, you have that experience. Last year you were the 2, though, and Kumar was the 1, and now you're the 1. With the rotation on your shoulders, how do you feel as the ace of this year's staff?
Well, I mean, Kumar's a great pitcher. He plays at Yale. I've learned a lot from him from last year. And I just try to do my job and try to step up as the ace and try to do my best, yeah.
Back on the post-game show with Tigers coach Mike Schiaparelli. Coach, it was a tie game heading into the 5th there. How important is it for you think, for your team to play in such a close, getting late game as you're trying to make a playoff run?
We know sectional games are going to be really tight, and I told the kids, let's build one, because if we don't get one, they get one first, the pressure's all going to fall to us. So let's get one, put some pressure on them. And hey, we went for 2 out. We got 3 2-out hits to score the 3 runs. So something we preach all year. Kids have to come through in big spots, and they did. Hayden Cohen got the first one, Matty Waldron got the second one, and Miles Horton got the 3rd one.
And your starting pitcher today, Bill Flato, with the shutout. Obviously, he's been stellar all year, as has your number 2, Truman DeVitt. Obviously, a couple tough tests along the way for you to try to repeat as section champs this year, but you have to feel good with those 2 taking the ball every day.
They give us a chance every time we go on the mound. The team ERA is under 1 for the year. So we always got a chance with the pitching we've had. Coach Porcelli done a great job with them. And the kids are doing a good job playing good defense behind them, which is also key. Pitchers don't go out and strike everybody out. You got to make plays. And we're making the plays. Emerson made an acrobatic catch out there. Otherwise, they would have had a 1-0 lead right away. So he's been great for us all year. The kids have really played really well. I'm really proud of the way they played. They've endured every test, and they're going to have another one on Wednesday going up to North Rockland and trying to get them.
Yeah, North Rockland, a team that really early in the season knocked you guys off, made you 1-1 real early on. is there a sense of trying to get revenge from this team to try to take them out of the playoffs as they had given you guys your first loss of the year?
I think when they came here, they really wanted us. We beat them twice last year. We were the state champions. They beat us now. I think we really want them. So the scales have tipped a little bit. We're going to go there with a little different attitude, and we're going to go out there and fight hard and try and knock them off. They're a good team.
Back one more time to wrap up a 3-0 victory by the Mamaroneck Tigers over Mahopac in the Section 1 Class AA baseball quarterfinals. Charlie, pitching has been the key for Mamaroneck during their state championship run last year. It's been a key for them this season, and really it was a big reason why they locked this game down today.
Yeah, shutout win, 3-0 in 7 innings. A good job by the defense. Emerson Genovese with a great catch. Overall, a very good effort by Mamaroneck, and a couple insurance runs in the 6th inning gave them that win. Key hit by Miles Houghton made it 3-0 on a double, and the team played very well. And they gave up more runs against Portchester, 13-1, than they did in this one, 3-0. Obviously, a big difference. But a 3-hitter from Flato, and his ERA gets even more minuscule than it was when it started the game at 0.84. Only team to beat him, though. He won't be eligible to pitch on Wednesday unless there's a big monsoon or something. He could come in relief if that game ever had to get postponed. But it'll be a good game, and against North Rockland, as they have a 2-0 lead in the 5th inning, and they now have 20 wins through the Tigers, and another good season trying to go back-to-back historic state championships like they did in 2008 and 2009, as they're looking to go back-to-back as from last year, 2015 to 2016.
Well, they say pitching, defense, and timely hitting wins championships, and we saw all 3 of those on display from the Tigers today. The CEO of LMC TV is Eric Lewis. The COO is Matt Sullivan. The community sports producer is me, Rob Moretti. The camera crew on what turned out to be an unexpectedly nice and sunny day here in Mamaroneck: Jack Wells, Noah Velasquez, and Sean Kelly. One more time alongside Charlie McGraw, I am Rob Moretti saying thanks for watching, and this might be our last broadcast of the 2016 school year. We're not sure yet. We'll have to see what happens with playoffs. If it is, we'll run our credit roll, the extended credit roll, thanking everyone who's helped us throughout this school year to bring LMC Varsity Sports to you. One more time, alongside Charlie McGraw, I'm Rob Moretti. Thanks for watching.